Let's make together my rosemary, thyme, and cheddar sourdough bread. Remember that you always have to plan and have your levain ready. We are going to start by weighing our ingredients to then mix. As you can see, my levain is ready to be used. I fed it with the instructions for it to rise in 12 hours. After dissolving the levain, we're going to add flour, olive oil, and salt. When mixing this dough, notice that at the beginning the dough is going to look very hydrated, as you can see here, but just continue mixing to then add the fresh herbs and the cheese. After all the ingredients have been thoroughly combined, you are going to grease a new bowl. Then you're going to grease your hands, as this is going to allow you to easily handle the dough. Bulk fermentation. During this part of the process, we have two goals. One is to make the gluten network stronger by performing folds, and the other one is that we need the sourdough starter to start producing CO2. It's really important that you know your dough's temperature, because that will determine how long or short your bulk fermentation is going to be. I gave a few examples on the recipe, so make sure to check that out if you have some questions about this part of the process. As you perform the folds, you will notice that the dough is gonna get stronger and it can easily hold the shape, as you can clearly see here. Divide and shape. Now that the dough has risen a lot, as you can see in the video, and it's strong enough to be able to hold a shape, I am going to start with the process of dividing. The recipe makes 2 loaves, so I'm going to try to divide as equal as possible and adjust if necessary using my digital scale. If you're new to bread baking, notice that I don't use a lot of flour when shaping a dough. For more information on how to successfully shape a loaf, I will leave some other links on the recipe so you can check them out. Cold fermentation. Both doughs will go to the fridge overnight, so I'm going to use bannetons with liners, and I'm going to coat them with rice flour to prevent the dough from sticking. I'm going to place the doughs seam side up, as when baking, the doughs will be flipped. I personally like wrapping them to avoid the doughs from creating a dry skin in the refrigerator. If your dough doesn't look fully risen like mine here in the video, maybe it was because you lost some CO2 when shaping. Just make sure to let it sit out until it builds up the CO2 that is missing, to then take it to the fridge. Score and bake. Preheat your oven and take the dough out of the fridge, flip, score, and place with parchment and everything inside your Dutch oven. If you have a Dutch oven, make sure that you use it. I had to improvise one here. If you follow me, you know why. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Keep me posted and make sure to tag me if you make it.